And welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. As always, I am your host, Fearless Floyd. As you see from the screen, Kamala, secret society. Is Kamala Harris a secret society stooge? Well, Fearless, why do you ask that question? Well, of course, we're going to go take a dive, get in the car, let's go take a ride, and let's see what's what. Let's go find some reasonable, articulable suspicion. And I'm not going to advertise for the Guardian's advertiser, but I just did a search, and this is from the Guardian. And if you see, it's on Kamala Harris. And here's the headline: It was the same old show. Kamala Harris responds to Trump's attacks on her racial identity. Vice President brushes off remarks by Donald Trump in which he said Harris happened to turn black a number of years ago. This is written by Helen Sullivan, Thursday, August 1st, 2024, 1:15 Eastern Daylight Time. Kamala Harris has shrugged off Donald Trump's questioning of her racial identity, saying that it was, quote, the same old show, close quote, and that America deserves better at a rally in Texas. On Wednesday, in an appearance at the National Association of Black Journalists, Trump antagonized senior black journalist in question Harris's race, saying, quote, she was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, close quote. Well, you know what they say. Once you go black, you can't go back. But who knows? Maybe that's what happened. So, in reading this article, ran across a couple things. The presumptive Democratic presidential nominee was speaking at the Sigma Gamma Rho's 60th International Biennial Boule. If you're not familiar with this term right here, Boule, in association with whatever you want to label them, African Americans, blacks, Negroes, colored people. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Uh, anyway, those melanated folks over there that happen to be a little bit more melanated than most folks. The Black Sororities gathering of its entire membership in Houston, Texas. Harris said she was there as a proud member of the Divine Nine, a group of Black fraternities and sororities in the U.S. Harris is a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, the Divine Nine. Guess who else is a proud member of the Divine Nine? LeBron James. Is it all making sense now? The Harris campaign said in a statement that Donald Trump America saw at the NABJ is the one Black voters have known for years. So we can go in more and more on this, but we're going to dive right in, find out what is what. Let's go find some reasonable, articulable facts. So I did a search, and what do you see right here? America's Black Secret Society, the Boule. Absolutely. Skull and Bones. This is the Black or the African American or Negro or colored or extraneous melanated folks. This is their society, like Skull and Bones, Bohemian Grove, the Bilderberger Group, World Economic Forum. I wanted to show you this. This book, one edition in two libraries, Chicago and Wisconsin. That's it. So as we dive into race and ethnicity, let's go see what the United States government classifies folks by their color, as they want to say. This is the U.S. Office of Personnel Management Guide to Personal Data Standards from the General Services Administration, Office of Management and Budget. This is the standard form, 181. They call it a standard form for a reason. As you see, ethnicity and race identification. Name, last, first, middle initial, social security number, birth date. I don't know what they put in this line. Doesn't matter. Let's go read. Specific instructions. The 2 questions below are designed to identify your ethnicity and race. Regardless of your answer to question 1, go to question 2. Question 1, Kamala Harris. Are you Hispanic or Latino? The definition of a Hispanic or a Latino is a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central American, or other Spanish culture of origin, regardless of race. Number 2, please select the racial category or categories in which you most closely identify by placing an X in the appropriate box. Check as many as apply. So, theoretically, it's which you most closely identify. You really don't even have to be born in Cuba to be Cuban. You could be born in Seattle, Washington. Right in the middle of the video. Can I call you back? Bye. And so you can just choose to be whatever you want. If you want to be a Labrador Retriever, I'm sure that that's probably going to be an other box. But anyway, as you see from right here, we have racial category and then the definition of a racial category. All right, so let's pay very close attention to these. We have an American Indian. That's the first box. And an American Indian or Alaska Native, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintains tribal affiliation or community attachment. So when you hear me describe most of these people from Mexico and Central America as Indians, because that's exactly what they are. They are Indians. The ones that are not Indians were the Spanish, okay? The conquistadors, the conquerors. Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. We're going to check off the American Indian and Alaska Native because apparently she doesn't meet that criteria, but it does sound like she is Asian. So let's go read Black or African American. A Black or African American is a person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa. So, hold on. Where was Kamala's mother from? India. She is what? Southeast Asia or Indian subcontinent, right? That would be Asian. Her dad was born Jamaica. I don't think Jamaica's an island of Africa if I last looked on a map. Huh. Her mother's from India, father's from Jamaica. She's not Black because her father, a person having any origins of any of the Black racial groups of Africa. So, are you going to be Black and Asian, Kamala? Well, native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. And that would be a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific islands. Well, we definitely know that's a negative as well. Let's go over here and look at white. A person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. Huh? Okay, well, let's go find South Africa on a map. Oh, shit, Floyd. That's at the very bottom of Africa. And every other country above South Africa is the rest of Africa. So that's North Africa because there is no per se state or country or territory labeled North Africa. So it applies to all the states in Africa except the state of South Africa. So obviously, what do we have here? She's definitely not the Middle East, right? Because she's from India and not Southeast Asia, even though the Middle East is considered India or North Africa. So if she considers herself to be Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the Black racial groups of Africa, guess what else she is? She just a plain old Valley girl, right? Is she a Valley girl? Or is she a Boule? If you don't know what a Boule is, that's the secret society. How do you think she got fast tracked? Well, let's finish up on the, but you know that this is the bottom of it. No hanky panky. So this really is what she is, looking at the form. And how do you determine this form? Remember, let's read the instructions. Providing this information is voluntary. It has no impact on your employment status. But in the instance of missing information, your employing agency will attempt to identify your race and ethnicity by visual observation. And that would be any agency or any personnel for any department, bureau, or agency of the government. They will look at you and determine your race if you do not give it to them and they do not ask. Fact check. Kamala Harris was long identified as Black, contrary to the Trump claim. This is from Reuters, August 1st, 2024. The narrative, which quickly spread on social media, is false. Similar posts were fact checked by Reuters in 2020 when she became the first Black Asian American woman to serve in the second highest office in the country. This and other misinformation about Harris has resurfaced as she's launched her White House campaign in July. So, is she Indian or is she Black? Or is she a Heinz 57, basically a mutt, mixed race? So many races, so many ethnicities that, hey, why are we even defining race anymore? Why can't we all just be humans in the state of being? Why do we have to always divide it up? I care less whether you're white, black, brown, Jamaican, Asian, French, German, Cambodian. Don't give a damn. You're either a good person or a bad person. That's it. Good human, bad human. Is the Boule, the Illuminati. Is Boule and should be an Illuminati entity. Sigma Pi Phi, also known as the Boule, founded in 1904, is the oldest fraternity for African Americans. There's the book that I described earlier. What can you tell me about the Boule Society rituals? The Boule is an American Greek fraternity society of extremely well-educated Black college students and professionals. Let's go read that. See what somebody has to say on the Boule. The rituals and practices of the Boule were closely guarded as the society aimed to maintain an air of exclusivity and prestige around its membership. What is known is that the Boule conducted elaborate initiation ceremonies for new members, which involved symbolic rites and oaths of secrecy. The ceremonies were designed to instill a sense of shared identity and commitment among Boule members. Beyond the initiation, the Boule also held regular meetings and social events for its members, which were shrouded in mystery. The Boule was criticized by some for being an elitist organization that sought to distance itself from the broader African American community. However, supporters argued that it provided a valuable network and a power base for successful Black professionals and intellectuals. Ultimately, the exact nature of the Boule rituals and internal workings remains largely unknown, as the organization maintains strict confidentiality around its activities. There's a lot more that you can go find out about this. Somebody who has covered the Boule extensively in several of his videos is Donut. You can find Donut sometimes on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Let's go to the next page. The Boule. Somebody did a video on it right here. Let's go check it out.
I am running to be president of the United States, and I need you with me in this fight. So I am asking you to pitch in to help me defeat Donald Trump.
The Boule is an acronym for Sigma Pi Phi.
The Boule only accepts membership from men who are already successful in business.
Deep within the shadows of society exists a whispered tale of power, mystery, and intrigue. Welcome to the realm of the inside the Black Illuminati secret society, the Boule. Within its clandestine chambers, emotions swirl like a tempest, ranging from curiosity to fear, from fascination to trepidation. Imagine a world where secrets dance in the flickering candlelight, where whispers hold more weight than the loudest proclamations. This is the domain of the Boule, where only the chosen few tread, their hearts heavy with the burden of knowledge, their souls ablaze with ambition. Yet amidst the enigma, there lies a poignant yearning for understanding, a desire to unravel the threads of mystery and glimpse the truth that lies beyond the veil. For within these hallowed halls, emotions run deep, a mixture of awe and reverence for the power that resides within, tempered by a sense of apprehension for what lies ahead. So, dear seeker of truth, dare to step into the shadows and explore the realm of the Boule. Let your heart be your guide as you navigate the labyrinth of emotions that dwell within, for therein lies the key to unlocking the secrets of the ages. The Boule, sometimes referred to as the Black-only Illuminati, has a fascinating history rooted in the early 20th century. It was founded in 1904 by a group of African American professionals who sought to create a supportive network for Black intellectuals and leaders. The organization's founding members were prominent figures in their respective fields, including academics, doctors, lawyers, and businessmen. The Boule emerged during a time of intense racial discrimination and segregation in the United States. African Americans faced significant barriers to education, employment, and social advancement. In response to these challenges, the founders of the Boule sought to build a community of like-minded individuals who could support each other in their personal and professional endeavors. Initially, the Boule focused on providing opportunities for its members to network and share resources. Members would meet regularly to discuss issues facing the African American community and to strategize ways to address them. The organization also worked to promote education and leadership development among African Americans, believing that these were crucial tools for social progress. In the early years of its existence, the Boule was relatively small and operated largely behind the scenes. Its activities were centered around providing support and mentorship to its members, as well as advocating for social and political change. As the organization grew, it began to take on a more prominent role in the African American community, becoming known for its commitment to excellence and service. The founding principles of the Boule reflect its commitment to professional advancement, social upliftment, and community service. From its inception, the organization has been dedicated to helping African Americans achieve success in their chosen fields and to using their talents and resources to benefit the broader community. One of the key objectives of the Boule is to promote professional advancement among its members. The organization provides networking opportunities, mentorship programs, and educational resources to help members excel in their careers. By connecting talented individuals with established leaders in various industries, the Boule aims to create a pipeline of African American talent and leadership. In addition to supporting its members, the Boule is also committed to social upliftment. The organization works to address systemic issues facing the African American community, such as poverty, inequality, and injustice. Through advocacy, activism, and philanthropy, the Boule seeks to create positive change and improve the lives of African Americans across the country. Community service is another core principle of the Boule. Members are encouraged to give back to their communities through volunteering, charitable giving, and civic engagement. The organization sponsors various initiatives and programs aimed at improving education, healthcare, and economic opportunity for African Americans. Membership in the Boule is by invitation only. The organization primarily consists of African American men who have achieved significant success in their respective fields, such as business, law, medicine, education, and the arts. The membership criteria for the Boule are stringent and selective. Prospective members, known as Boule men, must demonstrate exceptional leadership, professional accomplishments, and a commitment to service within their communities. Additionally, candidates are often required to be recommended by current members and undergo a thorough vetting process before receiving an invitation to join. The organizational structure of the Boule is hierarchical, with various levels of membership. At the top is the Grand Sire Archon, who serves as the highest-ranking official and oversees the fraternity's activities and initiatives. Below the Grand Sire Archon are the members of the Grand Board of Directors, who assist in governing the organization and implementing its policies. Members of the Boule are organized into chapters, known as Boule Boulevards, which are located in cities across the United States. Each chapter is led by a polemarch, who acts as the local president and coordinates chapter activities and initiatives. Within chapters, members may also hold various leadership positions, such as officers and committee chairs, to facilitate the fraternity's objectives. The Boule is a controversial organization that has stirred up a lot of debate and discussion. There are many controversies surrounding it, including allegations of elitism, secrecy, and anti-progressive agendas. Firstly, let's talk about elitism. Some people believe that the Boule is an elitist group, meaning it's only for people who are considered to be in the highest social class. They think that members of the Boule are more concerned with their own interests and maintaining their status rather than helping others in the community. This has led to criticism that the Boule is exclusive and only serves the interests of its privileged members. Another controversy surrounding the Boule is secrecy. Many people are suspicious of the organization because it operates behind closed doors and doesn't disclose much information about its activities or membership. Some critics argue that this lack of transparency makes it difficult to hold the Boule accountable for its actions. They worry that decisions made within the organization might not be in the best interest of the wider community. Furthermore, there are allegations of anti-progressive agendas within the Boule. Some individuals and groups accuse the Boule of being opposed to social change and reform. They claim that the organization works to maintain the status quo and resist efforts to promote equality and justice. This has sparked concerns that the Boule might be hindering progress rather than contributing to it. Some critics have accused the Boule of having an anti-progressive agenda. They argue that the organization works to maintain the status quo and resist meaningful social change. This criticism is based on the perception that the Boule represents the interests of the establishment and is resistant to movements for reform and empowerment, particularly within marginalized communities. In addition to these broader criticisms, the Boule has been the subject of specific controversies and allegations. For example, there have been claims that the organization has historically excluded women and LGBTQ+ individuals from membership, reinforcing patriarchal and heteronormative structures within society. Such exclusionary practices have been condemned as discriminatory and out of step with contemporary values of inclusivity and diversity. Moreover, the Boule has faced accusations of collaborating with oppressive systems and institutions. Critics point to instances where members of the Boule have been associated with corporations, government agencies, and other entities that have been implicated in perpetuating injustice and inequality. This perceived collusion with oppressive forces has raised questions about the integrity and ethicality of the Boule's actions. Despite these controversies, supporters of the Boule argue that it serves an important role in the African American community. They point to the organization's history of providing support and opportunities for Black professionals and leaders. They also highlight the Boule's philanthropic efforts and community service projects as evidence of its positive impact. In response to allegations of elitism, some members of the Boule have emphasized their commitment to diversity and inclusivity. They argue that the organization is open to individuals from all walks of life and backgrounds, and that membership is based on merit rather than social status. Regarding secrecy, proponents of the Boule argue that confidentiality is necessary to protect the privacy and security of its members. They maintain that the organization operates within the bounds of the law and adheres to ethical standards. In terms of anti-progressive agendas, supporters of the Boule reject the idea that the organization is opposed to social change. They point to initiatives aimed at promoting education, economic empowerment, and social justice as evidence of the Boule's commitment to progress. The Boule is a controversial organization that has faced criticism and scrutiny from various quarters. Allegations of elitism, secrecy, and anti-progressive agendas have fueled debate about its role and impact in the African American community. While some view the Boule as an exclusive and secretive group with conservative leanings, others see it as a valuable institution that supports and uplifts Black professionals and leaders. In the African American community, the Boule is often seen as a prestigious and exclusive organization. It comprises accomplished individuals, including professionals, entrepreneurs, and leaders in various fields. Many members of the Boule hold influential positions in government, corporate boardrooms, and cultural institutions. As such, the organization wields considerable power in shaping policies, making business deals, and influencing cultural trends. Politically, The Boule's members are often involved in activism and advocacy efforts aimed at advancing the interests of the African American community. They may support candidates and initiatives that align with their goals and values, leveraging their networks and resources to effect change. Additionally,
this is the little secret of adult film actors. Last Friday, I went out with a man who is older than me.
Oh, sorry.
Additionally, the Boule's connections with political elites and decision-makers can amplify its impact on legislative agendas and public policies. In the business world, membership in the Boule can provide access to lucrative opportunities and valuable connections. Many members hold executive positions in corporations or run successful businesses of their own. The organization serves as a platform for networking and collaboration among like-minded individuals, facilitating economic advancement and empowerment within the African American community. Culturally, the Boule plays a role in promoting education, mentorship, and philanthropy. Its members often support initiatives aimed at empowering young African Americans through scholarships, mentorship programs, and community development projects. The organization also celebrates African American heritage and achievements, contributing to the preservation and promotion of cultural identity. However, despite its achievements and contributions, the Boule is not without controversy or criticism. Some segments of society view it with skepticism, questioning its elitism and exclusivity. Critics argue that the organization's emphasis on social status and connections may perpetuate inequality within the African American community. They also point to allegations of elitism and detachment from the struggles of ordinary African Americans. The Boule's political and business activities have sometimes been subject to scrutiny and criticism. Critics raise concerns about the organization's influence on decision-making processes, suggesting that it may prioritize its own interests over those of the broader community. Moreover, accusations of secrecy and opacity surrounding the Boule's inner workings have fueled suspicion and mistrust among skeptics. Public perception of the Boule varies widely depending on one's perspective and background. Supporters laud its achievements and contributions to the African American community, praising its members for their leadership and service. Skeptics question the organization's motives and impact, expressing reservations about its methods and priorities. Critics remain wary of its influence and power, calling for greater transparency and accountability. Ultimately, the Boule's perceived influence and power within the African American community and broader society are complex and multifaceted. While it has undoubtedly made significant contributions to the advancement of African Americans, it also faces scrutiny and criticism from those who question its methods and objectives. As such, understanding its role and impact requires a nuanced examination of its relationships with political, business, and cultural institutions, as well as the factors shaping public perception. The Boule has arisen in response to concerns about its perceived secrecy and elitism. Critics argue that the organization's closed-door nature and selective membership process raise questions about its true motives and objectives. Efforts to address these criticisms and improve public trust may include measures such as increased disclosure of activities and decision-making processes, greater diversity and inclusion within leadership ranks, and enhanced communication with the broader community. The future trajectory of the Boule will likely be influenced by various factors, including potential reforms, challenges, and opportunities for greater engagement and impact within the African American community and society at large. Reforms aimed at increasing transparency and accountability could help address criticisms and build trust among skeptics. However, navigating internal dynamics and external pressures may pose challenges to implementing such changes. The organization's ability to adapt to evolving social, political, and cultural landscapes will determine its continued relevance and effectiveness in fulfilling its stated mission of promoting professional advancement, social upliftment, and community service within the African American community. Throughout its history, The Boule has been dedicated to promoting the social, cultural, and economic advancement of African Americans. The fraternity accomplishes this through a variety of activities, initiatives, and projects aimed at uplifting communities and fostering leadership among its members. One of the Boule's core initiatives is mentorship and scholarship programs for young African American men. Through partnerships with educational institutions and community organizations, the Boule provides financial assistance, academic support, and mentorship to help students succeed in their academic and professional endeavors. The fraternity also places a strong emphasis on philanthropy and community service. Boule members regularly volunteer their time and resources to support initiatives such as youth development programs, job training initiatives, and initiatives aimed at addressing social and economic disparities within African American communities. In addition to its philanthropic efforts, the Boule is actively involved in advocacy and policy initiatives that aim to promote social justice and equality. Members of the fraternity use their influence and expertise to advocate for policies and legislation that address systemic racism, promote economic empowerment, and improve access to education and health care for African Americans. The Boule also places a significant emphasis on fostering camaraderie and networking among its members. The fraternity hosts regular meetings, conferences, and social events where members can connect, share ideas, and collaborate on projects that align with the fraternity's mission and values. In recent years, the Boule has expanded its reach and impact through partnerships with other organizations and initiatives that share its commitment to advancing the African American community. By leveraging its resources, expertise, and network of influential leaders, the Boule continues to play a vital role in shaping the future of African American leadership and empowerment. The Boule is a prestigious organization with a rich history of promoting the advancement of African Americans. Through its selective membership criteria, hierarchical structure, and diverse range of activities and initiatives, the Boule remains committed to empowering its members and uplifting communities across the United States.
Well, so much for the end.
True.
Huh? Let me repeat that. So much for the NAACP, right? I wanted to share that with you on what just happened in Houston, Texas, where Kamala Harris was at. She was not at the National Association of Black Journalists. She turned that down, even though Trump was told that she would be there. Instead, she was speaking as the vice president and the presidential candidate for the Democratic Party at the Sigma Gamma Rho 60th International Biennial Boule, or Boule as they call it, the Black Sororities gathering of its entire membership in Houston, Texas. Harris said she was there as a proud member of the Divine Nine, a group of Black fraternities and sororities in the U.S. Harris is a member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. There you go, folks. Just follow the facts where they lay. That's what I try to do. Obviously, Kamala Harris is in a secret society. How did she get there? I bet you wonder that. Okay, because you remember, you have to be chosen, right? All right, let me see if I can find this answer for you. I almost guarantee you he was. Let me go to his Wikipedia page and look that up for you guys. See if that's in there. Oh, wow. Where he's from. Political career. Long history here, so bear with me. Sure, might as well just take you with me, right? I might as well do that. On the Wikipedia page for Willie Brown, take the information as you will, with a grain of salt, like I always say. I'm looking for his, here we go, early life career and education. College. He's a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha, which we know is a Boule fraternity or a Boule fraternity, founded in 1905, 1906. Oldest intercollegiate historically African American fraternity. This is where Willie Brown came from. Okay, if you don't know who Willie Brown is, he's passed away. An American politician, a member of the Democratic Party. He served as mayor of San Francisco from 1996 to 2004, the first African American to hold that office. Born in Mineola, Texas, where he graduated from high school, Brown moved to San Francisco in 1951. He graduated from San Francisco State University in 1955, earned a Juris Doctorate from the University of California, Hastings College of Law, in 1958, after which he worked as an attorney and was involved in the civil rights movement. He was elected to the California Assembly in 1964, during which he became popular in San Francisco and became known as one of the country's most powerful state legislators. As a legislator, Brown earned a reputation as a supporter of civil rights of gays and lesbians and was able to manage colleagues and maintain party discipline. He served as the Speaker of the California State Assembly from 1980 to 1995. His long tenure and powerful position were used as a focal point of the California ballot proposition limiting the terms of the state legislators that passed in 1990. During the last of his 3 allowed post-initiative terms, Brown maintained control of the Assembly despite a slim Republican majority. Near the end of his final term, he decided to run for mayor of San Francisco. During Brown's tenure as mayor of San Francisco, the city's budget was expanded, and the real estate development, public works, city beautification, and other city projects saw a significant increase. Brown presided over the dot-com era at the time when San Francisco's economy was rapidly expanding. His administration included more Asian Americans, women, Latinos, gays, and African Americans than the administrations of his predecessors. Brown was reelected in 1999, but the term limits prevented him from running for a third time, and he was succeeded by his political protege, Gavin Newsom. San Francisco Chronicle called Brown one of San Francisco's most notable mayors, adding that he had celebrity beyond the city's boundaries. He retired from politics after leaving the office in 2004, published an autobiography, and continued to fundraise and advise politicians. Well, guess who Mr. Brown took under his wing and mentored? Here you go. I don't make it up. I'll sign in. Kamala Harris, much older lover, gave her a BMW and a salary boosting job as she climbed Democratic Party ranks. And this is from July 31st, 2024 by Isabel Vincent, Jenny Taylor, and Christopher Gully. First time I've ever looked at it, New York Post. Here's a picture of her and Willie Brown. That off there. Yeah, thank you. Get all this off there. All right. As a young prosecutor, Kamala Harris was gifted a BMW and lavished with trips to Paris and the Oscars by a much older lover who also jump-started her meteoric rise in California politics, according to reports. The current vice president famously had a relationship with Democratic Party kingmaker Willie Brown in 1994 when she was 29 years old and Willie Brown was 60 years old, and when he was serving as Speaker of the California Assembly. Over the course of the relationship, Brown gave Harris a BMW. She traveled with him to Paris, attended the Academy Awards, and he even took her on a business trip to Boston where he was meeting Donald Trump, according to the 2021 book, Kamala's Way at American Life by journalist Dean Moraine. There's a photograph of the two together. I know she just looks black and Indian and all kind of different colors, doesn't she? Maybe that's that white showing through. Anyway, let's continue. Their relationship was well known in San Francisco, the Chronicle describing Harris as the Speaker's new steady, and the Los Angeles Times calling Harris Brown's frequent companion. In November 1994, as his term as Speaker was ending, Brown appointed Harris, who was then working in the Alameda County District Attorney's Office, to the California Medical Assistance Commission, a job which paid $72,000 a year and required attending monthly meetings. Spokespeople for Harris and Brown did not return requests for comments Tuesday. Brown, 90, has also taken credit for, oh, he's still alive, huh? Also taking credit for helping Harris's meteoric political rise. Last week, he joined the chorus of prominent Democratic Party members who have already endorsed her for president before next month's Democratic National Convention in Chicago. Hey, Willie, I do apologize. I didn't mean to put you 6 feet under before your time, bro. Hang on there with us. Live another day, sir. Yes, we dated, Brown said, who was also a two-term mayor of San Francisco, in a 2019 opinion piece. Yes, I may have influenced her career by appointing her to 2 state commissions when I was Assembly Speaker, and I certainly helped with her first race for district attorney in San Francisco. Harris, 59, was elected as the city's top cop in 2003. 7 years later, in 2010, she was elected state attorney general. She was reelected to the post in 2014 before taking office as the junior senator from California in 2017. It was a crowning achievement for the daughter of Indian and Jamaican immigrants who grew up in a broken home with her younger sister, Maya. Harris' parents, who moved between California and the Midwest, were locked in a bitter 3-year divorce war which tore their young family apart. Her mother, Shyamala Gopalan, filed for divorce from her father, Donald, a leftist economist from Jamaica, in 1973 when she was 8 years old and her sister Maya was 6. This early phase of interaction with my children came to an abrupt halt when, after a hard-fought custody battle, the context of the relationship was placed within arbitrary limits imposed by a court-ordered divorce settlement based on the false assumption by the state of California that fathers cannot handle parenting, wrote Donald Harris in Jamaican Global Online in 2019. Gopalan, a breast cancer researcher from India who died in 2009, had filed for divorce in 1973, but was still fighting with Donald over arrangements for their children 3 years later, court records show. Although most of the court filings from the protracted divorce have been lost, 10 documents were found by the Post at the Alameda County Superior Court archives last week. The first set of pages from February 1973 detail arrangements for Kamala and Maya to spend summers and every other Christmas and Easter with their father while their mother retained full custody. Donald, now 85, was also ordered to pay $25 per child per month for Kamala and her sister and to maintain their life insurance. The documents reveal other minutiae of the split, including the division of property. In one instance, Gopalan got to keep the family slide projector and 20 photograph records, while Donald kept 3 metal bookshelves, a filing cabinet, and $750 in cash. It goes on and on and on. Really not much more in there, and that's and there you go. So Kamala's career obviously got a huge boost from Willie Brown, who was 30 years her senior and pretty much ruled California and had a extremely strong arm with the Democratic National Party across the country. So there you go. How it all works. How they get there. Remember where it started. Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. This is the creation of the Black Illuminati. And she was there as a proud member of the Divine Nine of the Alpha Kappa Alpha. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority is the first intercollegiate historically African American society. The sorority was founded on January 15th, 1908 at the historically Black Howard University in Washington, D.C. by a group of 16 students. Notable members. Here's a list of notable members. See anybody you recognize, holler at me. Toni Morrison, I know she's an author. Amby Walker. Bernice King. Oh. Entertainment. Models and pageant holders, music, television, health and science, law, politics. Kamala Harris right there. Sheila Jackson Lee. Sorority sisters. So let's go back. Remember, I told y'all that who was a member of the Alpha Phi Kappa or Alpha Phi Alpha. And let's see if they have notable members. Here we go. Notable members. Have this one broken down like they do the other one. General presidents. Yeah, they don't have it like they have for the female, which is disappointing. There's Willie Brown, first African American accomplishes by Alpha Phi Alpha men. Gregory Cornell West. Yeah, I don't see any mention of sports stars on here. Most of these are journalists, writers, politicians, educators, so on and so forth. As you see, they like to, they don't want to put their membership out there. There you go. Want to run that by you guys. You can see for yourself exactly what's going on, who Kamala Harris really is. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, leave a comment below. I am the Fearless Floyd Show across every social media platform. The Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com is my email. Look forward to hearing from you. Everybody have a safe weekend.